Okay, if I can have everyone's attention here in the media center and press box, we'll go ahead and get started with our post-race interview here at Atlanta Motor Speedway following the 55th annual Oral-B USA 500. We're now joined by Kyle Larson, driver of the number 42 Target Chevrolet, our highest finishing rookie tonight with an 8th place finish. Kyle, talk a little bit about your run out there tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough race. There, the first quarter or so, I felt pretty good, and then for whatever reason, we got pretty tight in the center, and I couldn't roll the bottom like I wanted to. Really couldn't go anywhere, and lost a ton of track position, and we got the car better. A couple times we got caught on pit road when the caution fell, so we had to do the wave around and restart behind all the lap down cars, and that kind of worked out to, or at the end when we had the green, white checkers, and my car felt pretty good, or Target Chevy felt pretty good there. The green, white checkered, just had to start pretty far back. But top 10's not bad. Doesn't really matter anymore because Casey won. So happy for Casey, but that pretty much ends our chase hopes unless we win.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for Kyle. Raise your hand here in the media center. We'll get a mic to you. Any questions?
Sweet.
Okay, we got one over here. Paul.
Kyle, just obviously another big story this weekend was Tony's return. Just your thoughts on seeing him back out there. I know it didn't finish like he wanted today, but what's your thoughts on seeing the 14 back out there with him behind the wheel?
Yeah, I thought he was pretty strong all weekend, so it was cool to see Tony back out on the track. He was really fast in the beginning, and then I think he had some tire issues or something there at the midpoint of the race. But yeah, it was nice having Tony back out here. He's a tough competitor and really fun to race with.
Any other questions here in the media center? Do we have any questions upstairs? Okay, Kyle, thank you very much for your time tonight, and we'll see you next weekend. All right, we'll continue our media availability here following the Oral-B USA 500 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're now joined by our third place finisher of tonight's race, Denny Hamlin, driver of the number 11 Sports Clips Toyota. Denny, you want to talk a little bit about your race out there tonight?
Yeah, we had a pretty good race. A little disappointed. I thought we had a little bit better car than that yesterday during practice. Just couldn't quite grab hold of the handling like we needed to. After it went fully dark and after about the third run. And so, it was we fell back to 8th or so, and then, pit crew was just doing an amazing job giving us an opportunity to win the race there at the end. And, we just came up short. Third is kind of about the place car we had tonight. So we optimized the day pretty much.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for Denny. Please raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. We'll start down here in the media center. Any questions for Denny?
Love it.
Quiet crowd tonight. Any questions upstairs? All right. You're free to go. Free pass.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Denny, you don't have to leave on my account, man. Oh, yeah.
What did he say?
I'm ready if you are.
Okay. We are now joined by our second place finisher from tonight's Oral-B USA 500, Matt Kenseth, driver of number 20 Home Depot Husky Toyota, who finished second tonight. Matt, this was a let's do this weekend, and you did it. Clinched your spot in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Talk a little bit about your night.
Yeah, that was good. We, we were pretty solid most of the night. I thought, worst case scenario, we had a, 7th or 8th place car. Most of the night, I thought we had a top 5 car, especially on long run. The 4 had everybody covered. But other than him and a few guys, different runs. The 2 was pretty good, a few runs. The 22 was about the same as us most of the night. So overall, we had a good, solid car. We got a little bit behind there at the end, and Jason made a great call to put us in the front and give us a shot at the win. I was feeling pretty good about it on the first restart where everybody was lined up, but that second one I just couldn't hang on there.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. We'll take our first one. George, right here in the middle.
Yeah, George Diaz, Orlando Sentinel. It looked like there was a little bit of a wiggle maybe on the, well, there was, on the next to last lap. Can you tell me what exactly happened there?
Probably not. The last lap and a half, last 2 laps was fairly intense. So, anyway, I thought I got rolling okay on a restart, and I know Denny spun his tires a little bit, and he said he got out a little bit, and Casey got rolling and just drove up in between us. And almost cleared me in 1 and 2, and I was able to, get alongside of him and get a good run down the backstretch. And, I was planning on driving into 3 and waiting until he lifted and then go a couple car lengths and hoping to clear him. But we were in there so far that if I shot the corner any harder, I knew I wasn't going to make it out the other end, and he was just going to pass me back. So anyway, got in there as far as I could get in there and make it stick, and got back to the gas as soon as I could, and just couldn't quite, just didn't have enough muscle to clear him.
Okay, we'll go upstairs to the press box and come back down and go to Jim and then Mike. Upstairs.
Lee Spencer, Motorsport.com. Matt, how do you feel the JGR cars are? You all look pretty stout this weekend. Do you guys think you've made improvements as far as speed and downforce?
I feel like we've, been on a steady climb, improving our stuff the last few months, really. So I think we can go back to, I don't know when exactly it started. I mean, I feel like we're always trying to get our stuff better, but we all ran good at Kentucky. We all ran good at New Hampshire as a group. Last weekend we ran pretty good. So I feel like we've been, steadily gaining on it. We wish we were a little bit faster and was out there, dominating races and winning more races for sure. But I feel like my team's really operating at a high level. Denny was real fast this weekend. I haven't got to watch anything and see anything about Kyle's day yet, but it's typically a good place for him. So I feel like I feel like we're gaining on it, and hopefully go next week, have a good run, and go try to race in those final 10.
Do you think the Gibbs cars will have anything for Harvick and the Hendrick cars on intermediate tracks in the chase?
I didn't hear that.
Can you repeat that? We can't hear you down here. Say it one more time.
Do you think? Do you think the Gibbs cars will have something for Hendrick and the other, Harvick, that whole group, and on the intermediate tracks in the chase?
I hope so. I mean, that's what we're aiming at right now. Those 8 cars, especially, are. It's hard for one of those 8 not to win every week. They're just they just got a ton of speed. They're hard to keep up with on short runs like that. When you have restarts and stuff like that, it's almost impossible to beat them. So we're working on it. Hopefully we'll keep gaining on that area a little bit, and hopefully some races will come down to longer runs, and handling will come more into play, and we can try to wear them out. But we're always working on it, always trying to get them better. I feel like we're gaining on it, but like I said, those 8 cars especially are pretty tough.
Reed Spencer with the NASCAR Wire Service. Matt, one area where you were beating the 4-car consistently was off of pit road, both you and Denny both, and they were saying on their radio that they couldn't beat your guns. TV was speculating that you've got some sort of new technology with the air wrenches. Is that the case?
Oh, I don't know. If it was, I wouldn't tell you, but honestly, I have no idea. Our pit crew's been doing a really good job. JGR has a pretty impressive program when it comes to training pit crews and coaching them and doing all that stuff as you would expect. So guys are really doing a good job.
Okay, we'll come back downstairs and go to Jim.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. Lee kind of stole my question, but can you just kind of describe what your thinking was with the chaos going on at the end of the race, what you thought your chances were on the second green-white checker?
Well, I felt better about the first one, because like I said, the outside lane was really slick, really hard to get going, and I had Denny behind me on the inside, and I had a 27 on the outside, which I'm assuming was on 2 tires, and then the rest of the guys with Hendrick stuff was lined up on the outside after that. So I felt pretty good about that one. I got rolling really good through the gears. I hardly spun the tires. I felt really good about that. I thought that, might get beat. But I felt good about that one. The second one I didn't feel nearly as good about. The 5 was lined up behind me, and I had to defend left the best I could. I got rolling, got through the gears real good, but man, they just got so much speed. They just, he drove right up between me and Denny, and I don't know. I ran wide open through 1 and 2, and got into 3 and did all I could, and I just couldn't beat him. So I just don't feel like I could have really done any more than what I did. So I really felt good about both of them, but I definitely felt better about where everybody was positioned on the first one.
Any final questions for Matt? Matt, congratulations on your run tonight and your chase clinch.
Thank you.
See you next week in Richmond.